understand is that when you're talking about AI first systems for the future, like Alexa, like Google Maps, no longer will current skills of doing C++ as the first programming language help generate graduating students tackle this kind of systems. C++ is dead. Nobody in this world actually goes and develops C++ based AI systems. So what happens with the people who are graduating with C++ knowledge? They will not be able to go and design AI systems which are there. Now, in terms of new jobs, let's take, for example, we're talking about simple things like, say, data cleaner. Let's take a job. What is that? It's a new kind of a job. What is the job about? It's about, if I have to develop my Google Maps system, the data which is collected by all my cameras which are going around carrying street view, right? How many of them are real? Or is there a fake data that is coming in? Can I curate it? So there's a huge category of jobs now in the area of what is known as data cleaners. We can call it data curators, data preparers, whatever. These are all called data cleaners in the simplest word. Why is that required? Because it ties back to definition of AI. What is AI? AI is nothing but creation of an intelligent agent. What's an agent? It's either a software or a hardware embedded with software. Doesn't matter, any of them. But capable of displaying intelligent behavior like a human would. Based on tons of data. So what is fundamental to AI? You should have tons of data. You imagine Google Mail, which is offering you that tab facility, right? How is it able to do it? It is based on you and me all donating data to Google. The moment you use Google with Google Mail, all our mails become data for it. And that is what it is able to use to predict what is the most likely next word based on previous partial sentence you have fit. Same way with Google Maps, the red data which comes as the shortest path with the real-time traffic is based on collective Android data, collective map data which you have fed to it. So in the world of AI, it is all about what you can do to make the life cycle of data to insights faster, better, cheaper, everything. That is all the AI world is. So all the jobs that are required for you to be able to enable creation of data to generation of insights from data. That's all the life cycle is. In doing that, today there is one more problem. See, Elon Musk, for example, has donated to a consortium called OpenAI. And day before yesterday, they created a very wonderful software which can generate novels for you, generate interesting articles for you. But then he stopped releasing it. The reason is we don't have enough of a role called data ethicists, which is required for today's context. What is a data ethicist? The guy who can make sure that the data you're feeding to this system is ethical, is something which is not fake news, which is not something which is against basic human principles. For example, we don't want somebody to manipulate the system using artificially created data which is biased in terms of gender, religion, caste, or whatever. That's not what is expected, right? We want something which is behaving rationally. So a big role that's coming up in AI world is how do you make sure that the data is ethical? Whatever data you're feeding, because one thing, as I said, AI is about whatever raw data you give, you generate insights from it just like human would. By looking at data, you create insights. That's what it's all about. Behaving intelligently based on the data that is fed to it. So no AI program works without raw data. Whatever data you give, it's only extracting inherent intelligence in that data. You feed maps to it, only that will give you the Google Map directions. It's not like it's getting some artificial data from somewhere. So, same thing if you're developing a stock market application for stock intelligence, right? Predicting the best stock for tomorrow. It's only going to be based on last 10 years of data being fed, how it moved, based on all those conditions only it can create an AI agent. So in doing that, it is always based on raw data. So there you need to understand that data ethicist is a huge role that's coming up. It will also be a new breed of architectures will be needed, which will need to comply with government regulations. Because government is also getting serious now about once AI becomes mainstream, can we control it? Can we make sure that only legal and certified data is going in? So there's a huge issue. Second issue in terms of this is data privacy. Today there is huge amount of data we give voluntarily in exchange for that simple free service we want to use. Do you agree? All of us are, you can say, either voluntarily giving our data, or some of these guys are collecting data because they're offering a free service to you. How many of you do a serious check of whenever some app wants you to say this, it will capture? Our response is, okay, we want to use the application. We just allow. Why? Because we want to use this as a free service. But then it has to end somewhere. Somewhere the balance has to come. What is possible to be used by these guys versus what is to be not used by this. Example I'll give you. The data which many of you have been doing about 10-year challenge. Any of you did contributed to that? A lot of, not just Instagram, even in Facebook, right? Ask your kids, ask your students, they'll tell you. They've been talking about a photo they'll get 10 years back and today's photo. What is that? You know, my view is it is basically feeding data free to Facebook for that they can create an algorithm for aging. They are going to create an AI system for aging, detecting aging. And that is freely getting by running a marketing campaign among the youth, getting free data. Because data is the new oil. You're getting it free, no payment. And imagine today somebody who is going to pay for Facebook, imagine one ad costs huge amount of money there. Google makes tons of money from AdWords. Apple makes tons of money from all kinds of devices, but Google and Facebook make tons of money from ads. So now with all of this, we're talking about new categories of complexities in IT. Just like we're talking about earlier kind of roles, which we're talking about web designer. We're talking about web architect. We're talking about web stack developer, like people who put in web designing, JavaScript, etc. Now we're going to talk about AI developer. We're going to talk about AI designer. What is an AI designer going to be? AI designer of future is going to be very different. He's not going to create a web page with tabs. His interface will be a portal. What's a portal? Any idea? Any of you know? A web page designed in Amazon Alexa, which is only going to listen to voice. So you talk to the interface, which is a vertical, it's basically a portal made with voice as the medium. So they have to know more and more designers in the Alexa interface now. You have to develop Alexa developers. Alexa has an API which you have to know how to develop voice applications. So what is the new category of developer we're talking about? A voice developer who knows Alexa API, not a developer who knows JavaScript. So that is the way transformation of skills is happening. You have to testing. Everybody knows testing is a big IT industry, right? Majority of the graduates in India go into testing jobs. What's the new testing? Testing is about testing a speech application, testing a maps application powered by AI, testing a mail application powered by AI. So the new jobs are all in the life cycle of managing AI, life cycle of managing data, life cycle of managing compliance for data, data security, ethics of data. All of these are new jobs which we didn't have earlier because they're all in the data-centric world and the AI. So what is AI doing? It has killed some jobs. What kind of jobs it has created? The call center jobs. The customer service I was telling you, for the people who are being called on a call center, they were always talking to you and understanding your problem. But instead of that, we replaced a very lengthy interaction with the call center agent with a very intelligent chat software sitting on your website, which understands you and can resolve things faster and better because it has intelligence of past interactions. So the key message, why several jobs have been lost, but most of the jobs which will be created will be new because of AI and new roles are getting created. And for that, what is required? Required is in your backyard, in your universities. You got to make students AI ready. It's a simple call that you have to be transformational in terms of what you